Well, howdy doody duties. Let's get back on the track here and talk about things that are real or aren't real. The other night I was watching a little TV. I do it occasionally. And I saw something very interesting. They said the truth about George Washington. You know, I think every little school kid has been taught that old Georgie cut down the cherry tree, and all kinds of things have been said about him that are now being revealed not to have been the absolute truth. Well, you see, that's the way it is. The myth becomes a fact if enough people talk about it and try to make it a fact and believe it, and there's the problem. That word belief is just loaded with doubt. Now, as we've said before, there is one thing that most people will fight to the death to protect, and that's their ignorance. Well, I don't want to be ignorant, and I don't want you to be ignorant, and so I want you to take some time to check everything out. Investigate everything. Don't just lay on things and say, well, that was said, and that was taught to me, and it works. I feel good about it. Well, that's belief, and that's good to have that belief, I guess. I've noticed that in Russia the other day, they had a group that called themselves the Pastafaris or something. They were a group that were agnostics or atheists, actually, and they worshiped the great pasta devil, or the monster. I think they call it the pasta monster. And they had a parade where they put colanders and bowls on their head and different pasta in their mouth and jars of macaroni and things, and walked. And then Russian came down on them. A high priest said that it was insulting religion. It was insulting Christ. No, God don't need any help. Believe me, if God's God, God's taking care of things on His own. If you want to worship God, that's a good thing. That's a wonderful thing. To worship our Maker, our Creator, the intelligent energy that abides within you. And when I say our Maker, our Creator, I'm talking to you individually. Something had to make you. It wasn't just marmalade. I mean, when she laid close to Papa and there you sprung up. No, that is the birth thing. That was the conception, all right. But I'm telling you, it was something special that put that spark of life in you. Now, for the first 3 months, science has figured out there really isn't any life in that fetus. But at 3 months and 15 days, something happens, a spark. Is it a soul? Well, it's a spirit. The spirit pops in there and says, hey, this is going to be life. We're going to do something. We have a purpose. We have a purpose to grow spiritually. We'll set some goals, and we'll make the world a better place. And then when at birth, that soul comes in and says, golly, I got to have character. This is something that we're going to maintain, and we're going to be the best we can be. And occasionally it goes wrong, and people aren't the best they can be, me included. But we get back on the path as soon as possible. We get back there because we know we're spiritual beings in-house in a physical body. And we know that we want to do the best that we can and love each other and help each other. And I'll tell you something. If you do love each other and help each other, it'll catch on. It'll go across the world. About that insulting religion, oh my goodness gracious, all religions get insulted. Look at the Islamic religion. Well, they'll kill you if you don't believe in what they do. It says so right in their Koran that we should get rid of the infidels. We can't bother with them. But God don't need their help. If they believe in Allah, if they believe in God, let God take care of it. You know, that's about the way it should be in your life, too. It's the way it is in my life. If you don't want to believe or don't want to watch, don't want to do, that's okay. Incidentally, remember that 21-day challenge I talked to you about? It really works. Get over on Taunt and check that out in Hubba Hubba. You're going to love that one this week because it's a meditation. And it's something we all need. And if we'll practice that for 21 days, it'll absolutely change your life, and everybody that comes within your orbit will get a sample of that change, and maybe it'll change their lives. Until next week, God bless you, and thank you for checking in again.